Welcome to the Tesla Economist. Please hit the thumbs up and remember to subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter and talk to me on Patreon. I think it was around the end of last year when Panasonic unveiled a prototype 4680 cell. It sounds like Panasonic have actually been working on this cell since potentially before Battery Day, but at least since. Panasonic say the battery cell is designed to meet Tesla's needs. Then we hear the 4680 is progressing. Panasonic say that this new cell was at the request of Tesla and is clearly for Tesla, although they also state they are open to branching out to other companies. But I think it's pretty obvious that Tesla have Panasonic increasing their supply of cells to Tesla. Next we hear that Panasonic are going to go into production on the 4680 cells. They intend on investing around $700 million into a new plant and intend on manufacturing 4680 cells in 2023. The facility will have a capacity of 10 gigawatt hours a year. Due to it having such a relatively low capacity, at least for this day and age, this is most likely a pilot line, something equivalent to Tesla's Kato Road facility. I mean, 10 gigawatt hours isn't what we classify as extreme scaling. Also, the cells are being made in Japan, and Tesla would want them made locally. Later on, it seems that the intended manufacturing target year was pushed out to 2024, but before March, as it appears to have been a difficult process. But Panasonic officially announced its energy company will establish a production facility at its Wakayama factory in western Japan to manufacture new 4680 lithium-ion batteries for electric vehicles in order to expand its business globally. And now, a couple of weeks ago, Tesla actually received some samples of Panasonic's 4680 cells. Panasonic's CEO said, Panasonic, which makes batteries for Tesla, said on Wednesday it had shipped samples of its more powerful 4680 format electric car battery to the US electric vehicle maker as it prepares for a surge in North American power pack production. So Panasonic are already at the stage of sending samples to Tesla to inspect. I think at this stage we should clarify as to what Panasonic's 4680 cell actually is. Firstly, for those who don't know, 4680 is simply the size of the cell, 46mm diameter and 80mm in height. 4680 only means that. It doesn't mean Tesla's in-house cell. It just means the size of the cell. Now, Tesla did come up with the 4680 first, and it is now somewhat conditioned that 4680 means Tesla's cells, which includes the chemistry. 4680 is just the size of the can. What goes on inside the can is of a lot more importance. The only difference the 4680 size makes to the 2170 size is the fact that there is significantly more volume to fit the actual jelly roll inside the can, relative to the amount of casing. In fact, this table I think gives the best illustration of all the benefit of using 4680 cells. We can see the difference in volume to area ratio. It shows that for every millimeter squared of can, it equates to 4.56 millimeters cubed of volume for the 2170. Whereas for the 4680, there is almost 9 millimeters cubed per millimeter squared of can area. Now that is pretty much twice as much volume for the same weight of cell can, as in 4680 cells need half as much casing for the jelly roll, saving half the previous can weight from the 2170 in the 4680. I hope that's easy enough to understand. And that is basically why they have chosen 4680 cells. It ends up improving range by 7%, whilst improving cost by 18%. This was the sweet spot when it came to the form factor size. Now, unfortunately, I don't know the thickness of the can, so I can't work out the exact figure of weight saving, but it's certainly enough to illustrate my point. Whereas a lot of people condition the 4680 to mean Tesla's 4680 cells and include the chemistry, along with the manufacturing process like dry battery electrode. Most of Tesla's amazing engineering has gone into what's inside the cell and how it's made, although there was obviously a lot of R&D involved in first establishing the size of the cell. Therefore, anyone is free to manufacture a cell with form factor size of 4680, and they also know all the benefits. There was one other element of Tesla's 4680 that I missed out. Now, I'm pretty sure that Panasonic can't get around this element. These cells will have to be tabless still, otherwise the batteries would suffer from thermal runaway. Other than that, I think Panasonic are going to be manufacturing them in the exact same way they are in Giga Nevada. How do I know this? Well, did you hear what the CEO said? Shipped samples of its more powerful 4680 format electrical car battery. More powerful. As in, Panasonic now has cells that have better energy density than 2170 cells. And actually, Panasonic's will likely have better energy density than Tesla's 4680 cells do now, as Panasonic are going to continue using 2170 chemistry, which includes cobalt. And not only that, they cost less to build, but if they're increasing range by 7%, then that's a Model Y long range from 330 miles to 353 miles of range, resulting in a cost saving of around $2,000 to $2,500 per battery pack at the same time. So no wonder Panasonic are jumping all over this. It's a better, more profitable mousetrap for them. On top of that, they have a customer who says, we'll buy everything you can make. Are Tesla going to be helping Panasonic with this? I would say it likely they would help where essential and feasible, but they're not going to help Panasonic set up a dry battery electrode processing facility, as that would be at the opportunity cost of Tesla setting up another one in-house. I think that is the real bottleneck with the 4680 manufacturing, the biggest barrier to entry. And how do I know they're not using the dry battery electrode process? Because they're spending $700 million on building a facility with only 10 gigawatt hours capacity. The dry battery electrode process would have meant a smaller, lower cost facility than this one planned. Panasonic CEO also went on to confirm the rumors that it plans to eventually have 4680 production capacity in North America. Well, of course they do, as that is where their customer is. Panasonic already has a reasonably large cell fab in Nevada, so my thoughts are that possibly Panasonic will start 4680 lines in Giga Nevada, and as they ramp those up, they will close down 2170 lines. The 2170 has become antiquated. There is a lower cost, more efficient cell now, so wouldn't it make sense for Panasonic to update their cells? I would say that Tesla could make a 4680 battery pack that could replace the current 2170 pack with minimal hassle, and it should work in there fine, except it won't be a structural battery pack. I don't think Tesla can move Fremont over to structural packs for some time, especially judging how badly the X and S refresh went. Tesla doesn't want to risk large production downtimes again. And this also assumes that 4680s can be placed in a normal battery pack and still fit in the car. Remember, they are 10mm taller than 2170. But Tesla aren't going to be getting those cells for a couple more years or so. Things might be different then. These cells may very well be earmarked for structural packs, whether retrofitting Fremont or for a new factory. Wow, this cell design is great. It's what was required for the EV industry. This would be a massive saving to all EV OEMs, not to mention that additional range they so very desperately need. Except, I think all the OEMs have already locked in their future for cells. They locked in what they knew and could guarantee they could get to work, as basic as it was. Panasonic say they are open to finding additional customers, but who is that going to be? Maybe some new startup? DeLorean should buy Panasonic's 4680 cells perhaps. I'm really hoping they make that car nice. Why isn't Tesla just doing this in-house? Why are they still using third-party battery manufacturers? By 2024, Tesla should have supply of well over 300 gigawatt hours of cells a year. What difference will the extra Panasonic ones make? Well, Tesla seems to really want every cell they can get their hands on and will just make it work. Elon has said this, but it would also appear all his actions support this, particularly with the new BYD partnership. I'm not sure how big Panasonic intend on going here, but if it's anything like legacy autos, we might expect 100 gigawatt hours or so. I think if Panasonic want to grow a profitable EV cell business, then they're doing the right thing. It will still take a couple of years to get up and running, as these things really do take time. I think these new cells are here to replace the 2170 cells and current vehicles. That's still enough cells for about another 1.5 million vehicles though. Approximately a further $15 billion a year in profit, or $500 billion valuation with a PE ratio of around 33, just from these cells. And this is still going to be a few years away, so we don't really know what they're here for yet. It could very well be a new factory by then, maybe even one in Japan. Thanks for listening. Please hit the thumbs up and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter and talk to me on Patreon.